SQD is a decentralized database network, and then the whole ecosystem built around it. So it's like multiple products built on the core technology, which is a new kind of a database, which we believe is a natural evolution from the cloud databases that we see right now. I believe that essentially no one took a serious attempt to redesign and rethink the way that the blockchain nodes serve the data. There are multiple companies who try to build a centralized data lake or like present some analytics on top of this data, but deep down, everything still relies on what is called an RPC interface. And this RPC interface goes back to Satoshi and then to the first implementation of the Ethereum node. And by design, these nodes were more of a consensus machines, no like a database. And this interface itself is very limiting. So you cannot look back in history efficiently, you cannot do filtering, you cannot do aggregations. And that limits on how the blockchain data can be accessed. And with the portal, not only we provide an implementation and an instant access to the terabytes of the historical data, we essentially provide a very simple blockchain native interface to extend and empower the developers with a lot more flexible way to query it. And then the portal is something that you can spin up locally. Yeah, I think one of the key misconceptions is that SQD is only about indexing, because like this is where we got our like first traction, our PMF, and this is what I think everyone associates ourselves with. So basically, we're always like put in the same bucket with the graph or like maybe with some other data providers. But our vision is really about like building a new Snowflake, a new database, which is built in a completely different first principles, namely like global, open access, crypto native, and ready for access by AI agents. So the indexing space and now the ocean stream and the terminal, these are like more of a products that are built on the current state of the network and the current state of the technology. But really the vision is to become a lot bigger and put ourselves next to these data giants like Oracle, Databricks, Snowflake, and basically like show how a new kind of database may look like and why it is so much more useful compared to the current design. The next hard thing to tackle with the portal and the pipes is to essentially establish ourselves as a new standard for the data access and onboard new infrastructure partners. So basically, we are not the only data provider, and like we are not the only one who hosts these portals, but we essentially built a whole distribution network around it. And we have very good partners lined up for that. At the same time, at the core infrastructure layer, we're moving towards like a more and more general database with the support of SQL queries, with the support of like more traditional data. And I think the biggest challenge here is to gradually escape the Web3 bubble and onboard the first customers outside of the Web3 space. So that could be institutional with the ocean stream going on, and also like traditional enterprises. And I believe that the recent merger with Resolve is the key catalyst here, as we can leverage their existing distribution lines and existing partnerships in order to accelerate this adoption.